Broadway's Come From Away is a Best Musical winner across North America. This stirring and inspiring musical takes you to a place you never want to leave. Celebrate the best of humankind and the best in all of us. The remarkable true story of the small town that welcomed the world. The Australian premiere season of Come From Away, Comedy Theatre Melbourne.
Now to a story about 9/11 that may have happened over 1,000 miles from New York City, but its inspiration hit very close to home. Arthur Chian tells us about the Tony Award-nominated musical on Broadway that shows us the true essence of hope and humanity.
I read a quote one time that said, "Go not where there is a path. Instead, go and make a trail. For what you do for yourself dies with you, but what you do for others lives on."
The quote is poetic, but for the mayor and people of Gander, Newfoundland, it's more than a quote, it's a mantra, a reflection of what makes their small community in a Canadian province something for all of us to admire. On September 11th, 2001, when airspace across the U.S. was shut down following the attacks, Gander's small airport would take in international flight after international flight. 38 planes carrying 7,000 passengers and dozens of animals would be forced to land there, essentially doubling the population of the town.
We went to the greatest resource that we have as our people, and they came out and they offered their homes. We filled up every church, every school, everything we could think of. What we saw was 7,000 frightened people, and they needed love, and they needed compassion, and they needed a shoulder to cry on.
We're very grateful, in fact, how we've been treated and received by Canada.
It's really been very, very, very impressive, and I know everyone feels the same way.
In the aftermath of 9/11, the story of Gander resonated back here at home, especially for writers Irene Sankoff and David Hein, who were in New York when the towers were hit. On the 10th anniversary of the attacks, both would travel to Newfoundland to interview countless Gander residents and the involuntary guests they host to uncover a story of humanity and kindness.
What we were interested in wasn't telling a 9/11 story. We wanted to tell a story about how this little community responded.
It's rare that you hear about things that are shockingly positive or shockingly good.
To have a profound impact right here in New York as a musical and in all places on the Great White Way. Come From Away opened on Broadway this past March after testing it out in other cities for 2 years, and the critical response has been overwhelming, including a resounding approval from our first responders on opening night.
We got so much love from them back, and thank yous, and that just floored me.
The great thing that the show does is it really moves to kind of assuage a lot of those fears about talking about that day by talking about something else that happened that day that is actually a good memory for people.
The first musical ever about 9/11 has now been nominated for 7 Tony Awards, and as New York expressed its gratitude to the people of Gander with the donation of a piece of steel from the World Trade Center, the creators and cast of Come From Away are equally grateful for the gentle souls of that small Canadian town with a big heart.
With this project, I just keep on thinking back to the people of Gander, really, and how exciting it must be for them. They are humble people.
We're parents. They've inspired us to teach our daughter that there's goodness in the world and there's goodness in response to these tragedies, and it's worth focusing on them.
Long after I'm gone, this story will be told throughout the world in years to come. And it's nice to know that we played that part, that our love and kindness and generosity has been shown throughout the world. That's the way we are. And that's the way that I hope that the generations to come will continue to do that.